the Premier League has a very lucrative, both domestic and international TV deals. If they fail to deliver a quarter of the season, then potentially we're talking about a rebate of around about $900 million to the broadcasters, which I think the Premier League clubs would struggle to find because a lot of that money's already been spent. You've also got contracts signed with front of shirt sponsors, with kit manufacturers and so on. So we could be talking something far in excess of $1.2 billion as the total cost if matches don't take place. And then the clubs would have to decide, or the Premier League would have to decide on how it's going to finish the season. Liverpool being crowned champions, I think, is the least of the problems. Nobody is disputing they're the best team in the league. But I think there's far more important issues in terms of which clubs qualify for the Champions League for next season. And the Champions League is very lucrative in terms of exposure for those clubs. And then you've got the cost of relegation. If the bottom three clubs in the Premier League at present were relegated, it's likely that they would take some form of legal challenge against the Premier League, which again could be very drawn out and costly.
Kieran, I should give some full disclosure here as well. Your full title is Football Finance Lecturer at Liverpool University. So we note your bias towards Liverpool being the best side in the league. I know they are anyway, to be fair. But the whole of Liverpool's hoping they get crowned, or certainly the red part anyway. Let's get back to what football can do, though, that other parts of the economy can't. And it's very clear that the airline sector, the travel sector, the auto sector, they're going to find it very hard to bounce back. But soccer can bounce back almost immediately once it's licked its wounds, can't it?
In the sense of playing before empty stadia, then yes, because the Premier League TV deal is so lucrative, the money that comes from the broadcasters would allow the clubs to incur the costs of training the players, taking some members of staff out of furlough for those clubs which are using some of the government schemes, but also pay for the testing and tracing functions which would be required to ensure that when players do come onto the field of play, they're in a suitably fit and healthy state, and to minimise the risks of transferring the disease to anybody else. Now, those costs would be far too high for other parts of the entertainment sector, the hospitality sector and so on. So it is very much being driven by the finances of the broadcasters.